Bon dimanche après-midi tout le monde, merci d'être là sur la chaîne de NoReset Speedrun. Nous sommes présentement en train de faire un marathon au profit de la fondation Les Petits Rois, donc merci d'être avec nous. On va présentement faire un Kaizo Korosu Mario World. Un Kaizo, c'est un ROM hack de Mario, donc ça va être pas mal plus dur que le Mario de votre enfance. Hello and good afternoon, good Sunday everyone. We are currently going to run Korosu Mario World, which is a Kaizo ROM hack of Super Mario World. It will be run by electronicLogic and his commentator. Please present yourselves. Hi.
Hey there, my name's Spud, and I'll be commentating for the run for my buddy Logic.
And I'm electronicLogic. I've been on a couple times. You've probably seen me around on different events here. But we're going to go and get started in about 3, 2, 1, go.
So since Logic doesn't allow me, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm DD, I'm gonna be commentating just to keep the streak alive.
And I'm G-Virus, and I don't belong here, but I just want to say one thing. And it's that my biggest regret of doing this online is that I don't get to use a Sharpie on your forehead this time.
All right, so kicking things off here real quick. This is a ROM hack by Chris G Games. It was a very early Kaizo hack. Basically, when this came out, there was only 2 games really that anybody was actually playing. It was this and Dream World. Dream World is a lot harder, so this effectively is a beginner hack from the olden days. It had way more runners than Dream World did at the time, including my good friend Spud.
Yes, sir. So this came out a bit after Dream World, and you can see a lot of the influence from this hack that was taken from Dream World. Again, it's a lot easier, and this was back in the infancy of like what Kaizo's become today. So we just weren't as good back then. So
Are we good now?
Compared to newer Kaizo, it's definitely on the easier end of the spectrum, but this was the entry-level hack that people would play back in 2017.
Okay, I might have to reduce the countdown on this death counter on the chat.
It's okay. It's gonna catch up. It's gonna catch up.
The cooldown spell?
Yep.
Oh, the cooldown. Okay. Whenever you guys have some time, I have a little donation to read.
Anytime you want to jump in.
Okay, because I know this is going to be a very intense run, so all right, thank you. We have $20 from Bacon qui dit pour aider à nourrir le chat. Merci, Bacon. If I
Are you
reckon
gonna feed
correctly,
bacon to the cat?
yeah, if I reckon correctly, Bacon might be a cat. Wouldn't
Shout
that
out to
be
Shukushu.
a twist? If Bacon the cat wanted to feed the cat. I appreciate solidarity between cats. So thank you, Bacon.
Nice. Yep.
All right, so Logic just moved into Barbs Arcade, which Barb is one of the biggest streamers in the Mario community. And this is also the first difficulty spike in this game. This level, while the hack is easy, this level's kind of on a different level, especially for a beginner player. And this section in particular, you'll see he's doing some scroll strats, which just kind of helps speed this part up. Oh.
This is one of the rare Kaizo hack where you can actually screen scroll.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it was screen scrolling was a lot more prominent back in 2016, 2017, and before. But when creators started to realize you could break their setups by scrolling the screen, it quickly disappeared as a feature for Kaizo ROM hacks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I know you did mention Barb. He's one of the biggest streamer in the Kaizo Mario community, and he's also one hell of a creator.
Oh yeah, and his hacks are amongst the most popular hacks. Even at this point, even probably more than the original Kaizo series, just because of how large his audience is and how high quality the games he creates are.
And he also reached for pretty much all of the Grand Pooh Bear community too, because he created Grand Pooh World 1 and 2. And if I recall correctly, he's working on 3 right now.
He is currently working on 3. Yep. And we're all waiting with bated breath.
Speaking of Pooh.
Pooh's Palace. So yeah, most of the levels in this hack, he shouts out to some of the various streamers out there. And, you know, Juz, Pooh, Barb were a lot of the biggest, and still are a lot of the biggest Mario streamers from that time.
Is there a Panga level?
I don't think so.
No, there's not.
Oh, I'm surprised.
Yump, by the way.
Yeah, Yump.
Big Yump.
Want to explain what a Yump is, Spud?
So a Yump, basically on the Switch Palace switches, you have one frame when you jump onto the switch where you're actually standing on ground and can jump off. So it's a frame perfect input, and he just has to hit jump right when he lands on that switch. So the big question, are we going to go for the urchin skip?
Absolutely.
All right, I didn't know if you would, since you didn't get time to practice.
I did one practice run last night, and I nailed it first try. So I got to get it right this time, right?
Yeah, so the urchin skip is probably the hardest trick in the entire run. It's incredibly precise, and I discovered it when I was routing this game a long time ago, and here he goes. Dead. Yeah, it's incredibly precise.
Now I'm going to do my version of it, which is still faster, but not as fast as Spud's version.
So basically that urchin, as soon as you spawn him, he moves up. So what he did there is he used a screen scroll so that the urchin spawned later than he normally would. And that way it saves you having to wait the entire cycle for that urchin to move all the way up, sit there, and then come down again.
I just realized something. Since I have the feed a little bit in advance, I'm gonna let somebody else count the death, otherwise I'm just gonna be spoiling everything.
Oh crap, that means I shouldn't be doing it either.
Oh, come on.
Oh, okay, so that's one of the meaner blocks in this game, and there is a lot of Kaizo blocks in this game. Again, the Kaizo block thing has kind of changed and been phased out more or less. You'll still find them in hacks like Grand Pooh World hacks and stuff like that, but the prominence of Kaizo blocks in games, which if you're not familiar with a Kaizo block, it's just the invisible blocks that basically screw you over if you jump in the wrong place. It's just a cheap way of killing the player.
And it's just one more way this hack was inspired by Dram World.
Yeah, Dram World, the Ultra Star in Dram World has like 30 Kaizo blocks in it.
By the way, I don't think we said that on stream, but do you want to explain why we're counting death logic?
Oh yeah, that's probably a good thing to do. I am going to be donating $1 per death. So if anybody would like to join in, feel free.
I too will.
That's amazing. Do we have time for some donations unrelated to dying?
Anytime.
Amazing. We have Super Big Kmart who just finished running Super Mario World, who gives $40 and says, $10 per minutes over estimate. Salty run back, I think so. Well, thank you for your generosity. And it was a great run. No worries. Thank you so much. Logic's wife donates $20. Thank you, Logic's wife. We appreciate.
Thank
you for lending us your husband for this afternoon. We appreciate.
I wonder who that is.
Anonymous also gives $100 with no message. Well, thank you
Anonymous.
so much, Anonymous. We are a bit over $2,000 to our next incentive, which is feeding the cat in Chrono Trigger at the fair, if I reckon correctly. So let's keep it going, and thank you everyone for your generosity. It's greatly appreciated.
And also, there's a little thing, a bit of an inside scoop I want to give people, and it's only fitting that I do it while Logic's on stream. So we're in talks with the National Multiple Sclerosis Society to bring NoReset back to the States. There's nothing final at this point, but it's looking really good, and we'll have more to share probably in the very near future. So.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, and just to explain why you're talking about Logic, he's the one who put us in contact with the Multiple Sclerosis Society in our very first event in Atlanta. So thank you for that, Logic.
Anytime. I kind of have a vested interest, so.
I get that.
Also,
all right.
Yeah.
So if you noticed, I died on Wendy. And instead of just retrying, I exited the level. That was actually a RNG manipulation death, because if you exit the level and refight Wendy, you get the same exact pattern every time.
Yes, and Fort Nexus is another one of the ones that's particularly hard in this run, and Logic just flew right through it. If you blinked, you missed it, but it's a pretty tough one. This is one of the more fun levels. I really like this level, but it also has a notoriously difficult secret exit that he isn't going to be doing in this run, but yeah, it's very notorious. There's a key hidden up above, and you have to carry the key to the end. But maybe that will be for next time.
Maybe.
Also, for those who don't know, would you mind any of you explaining what is the Death Road category?
Death Road is basically you beat the game without doing the secret exit. Because it's so annoying, we created an entire category so we didn't have to do this.
Yeah, so it includes the special world. It's essentially almost 100% run. It's 100% except for the worst exit in the game.
And the most annoying level, because the secret exit leads to a level that is an auto-scroller. And it's not that fun.
Ultimately, we just decided that that level didn't need to be in the run.
I mean, auto-scrollers are usually more fun in Kaizos than in the original game, though.
True. And it is called Super Happy Fun Time. So how could you not like that, right?
Good one.
All right. So we got Fish and Boo here, which, if you're familiar with the original Kaizo series, Fishing Boo sections were notoriously difficult as well. He's extremely unpredictable, and through the years we've gotten very good at manipulating Fishing Boo, but anytime there's a Fishing Boo in a section, you knew it was just going to be the worst section in the game. Logic is flying through this one as well, so you didn't even really get a chance to see, but yeah, Fish and Boo is notorious in the community.
Yeah.
I can't believe I first tried that.
Nice.
GG.
Yeah, I just want to say, I know Masterfred's in the chat right now. He was counting that earlier, and I just want to tell him that he can use the command since he's a moderator. So if he feels like counting that since he got the stream on time, unlike Anne-Mariel or myself, he can count them himself. And also, I want to give a little shout out in the chat. I know I'm a few minutes late, but Electronic Mama who's sending her love.
Well, hi, Mother.
Electronic Mama and Logic's wife. I kind of see a pattern here. Thank you so much, everyone.
The weird thing is that is actually my mother and actually my wife.
Wow,
That's
what a
amazing.
coincidence.
It's nice to see some family support in the speedrunning community. It means we're getting that old. Now our parents know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
That
All
wasn't.
right.
This is an intentional death I just took. I guess I should have saved $1, but who cares?
Yeah,
This saves the time.
Yeah. So it actually, if you die there, it spawns you in the next room because once you get the midway, it sets your spawn point to the next room. So every time you die, you don't have to go through the pipe transition and everything. But since there's a muncher right next to it, if you take the death, then it'll immediately start you in the next room. So that's why you took that death.
For charity.
For charity. And time. All right.
You can't just casually say time with your tone of voice going down, because me, I'm just like smashing that timer, you know?
You'll know when it's time because the last boss is a Reznor. So
I know. But legit, I did a hand motion just by pure reflex.
Whoops. All right, this is my favorite level in the game. It's called Maleficent, and basically you are working with the moles and whatever. It also has... This is what started the waiting meme for Chris G, because you have to wait an inexcusable amount of time for that Koopa to walk all the way left and then come all the way right to the corner and then wait for him again to wake up. And so it was a long-standing meme in the community that Chris G makes you wait in his hacks. And this is the reason why.
one of the
Somebody-
reasons.
Well,
Oh, yeah,
it's the
let's go.
biggest reason. The most blatant reason.
I just wanted to say I saw somebody mentioning Trent Reznor in the chat when you said the boss's name, and this was actually the inspiration for the name.
Sure was.
Yes. Mm.
Oh, that's true.
What else did he do? That's all I know him from.
Yep. I mean, a lot of stuff in Mario, including the Koopa kids, were named after musicians.
This is true. So he's entering vertical level, and this is a very, very inspired by Dram World. Dram World has a level called Rise and Fall, and basically you go all the way up and then come all the way down. And in this one, you go all the way down and then go all the way up. It's also one of the more fun levels, but it definitely has some tricky tricks to it. Specifically, this jump coming up in just a moment where he has to bounce on these Koopas. And when I was first starting Kaizo, this jump would destroy me.
Pretty much everything in this game would destroy me. Just want to put that out there.
And this continues a theme with the hack of very creative level names.
Yeah,
yeah.
Vertical level.
And we had Ghost House and very, very creative.
If it's not named after somebody, then it's just going to be called what it is.
Yep, pretty much. Hey, I got a gold on that one.
Hey, GG.
All right, New City Sky is based off a level from Kaizo 2 that's called City Sky. And essentially what it is, if you're familiar with Panga's levels like Skyzo, essentially it's the same thing. It's going to be racing against P-switch timers to keep all the coins blocks. And this is probably the community favorite in this entire hack. It's not my favorite level, but it's a very close second.
Well, this is a level where you kill a few Yoshis, so this got this going on.
Yes, sir. I think you dump a total of 3 Yoshis in the pits in this level.
That is cool.
4.
4 Yoshis, I'm sorry.
Oh
4.
gosh.
Oh well, it's gonna be 7 this time.
That's why I died, so I can, dump more Yoshis.
There you go. But yeah, it's really fast-paced. A lot of fun little quick tricks Basically just running through this level as fast as possible so you don't get stuck with the P-switch timer, running out. There it is. He gets through the coin gate and gets the clear.
We're only at 18 deaths. Wow, I was assuming I'd be at like 30 by now.
I mean, we can add 10 if you want.
Oh, I can do that myself.
He'll do that himself. He's about to get into Dode's house. I'm sure Dode's house will claim a life or two.
Yeah, Doge was another Kaizo runner. I just want to ask you both, because I know you both play a lot of Kaizo games. Which one would be your favorite?
That's a tough question. I would say probably the Grand Poo World 2 would be the best made. It's definitely in my top 3. Dram World was my first Kaizo hack back like 5 years ago, and it was I don't know, it's something special about the first one. I've always said it's my favorite, but I'd say there's like 3 that are really way up there for me.
And Korosu was my first, so here we are.
There we go. But yeah, Grand Poo World 2 for anyone, if you just want probably the best quality game, especially like if you're a newer player, you don't have to put up with the nonsense as much because there's so many good Kaizo games out there. Grand Poo World 2 is definitely probably the most well-made. Invictus is also made by Juz, is also up there.
Yeah, this is the one I was about to mention, because I don't play Kaizo games, but among all of those I've watched, I would say Grand Poo World 2 and Invictus might be my 2 favorites.
Yeah, they're very visually appealing, aesthetically pleasing, and they're just a lot of fun. They're fast-paced, and they're more considerate than older Kaizo that really just tries to kill you. They're made with the intention of beating them, even though they're relentlessly difficult.
Yeah.
There's also Quickie World 2 if you're actually new and you actually want to beat something quickly.
Yes.
Yeah, well, define quickly.
Well, it took me an hour and 9 minutes, so.
If it's your first time, probably 20 hours.
Yeah, probably somewhere in there.
I think the only Super Mario World Kaizo I've ever tried was the first Quickie World, and I spent about an hour and a half on the first level.
Yeah, it's hard. When we say it's easier, it
doesn't mean
relative.
easy.
It's relative to the difficulty of some of the other ones.
So this was the end of any percent. We still have all of Death Road.
Yeah.
So not time yet.
Yeah, so we'll be going into the special world, and that's where Dode's house is. In my opinion, it's the hardest level in the game.
Dode's house has been renamed in this version.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, when you guys say that Quickie World is easy compared to like Invictus or Grand Poo World, it's basically like saying Earth is smaller than the sun. It is not small, but
to give you some context, there was an experiment that was done for Grand Poo World back, what was it, last year when Doshi Bag did Grand Poo World. And,
oh yeah, gosh.
It was for science, based on something Carl Sagan, who's another prominent streamer in the community, had said, which was wondering how long it would take someone who's never played Mario to beat a hard Kaizo hack. And he spent over 1,000 hours playing the game before he cleared it.
But he did clear it.
He did clear it. He went through the whole thing.
Well, that's dedication right there.
Yeah, it was for science.
And he hasn't touched Mario since.
Nope, and then he just never came back again.
This jump right here is rather difficult.
Yeah, that part in particular is the reason I always said this was the hardest level in the game. So what is the name of this level now?
You didn't see? I asked Chris to change it for me, and he changed it to Logic's house. So here it is.
Nice.
All right. We need to keep these bullets alive for this ridiculous part right here. Wow, I accidentally fell off the edge and I still made it somehow.
Holy cow, that was close.
Yeah.
All right, we're almost there.
Oh, gosh. Dodge another Kaizo there. Ah!
No!
I thought I was safe. Man, look at my death counter just keeps going up.
We were there, man.
That was right before the midway point, so...
You could see it. It was a stone's throw away.
Can't say I've died to that. Oh my gosh, that area in a while. But, can't say that anymore.
I think that's the third point in the game where he has just a single sprite walking back and forth between two tiles.
This is killing me, man.
You're sandbagging for charity.
Yep. That's it. Oh, gosh. 2 tile gaps. Very difficult.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So if you're rubbing up against the wall, when you drop down, there's a chance that you won't make it in the hole. Sometimes you get in, sometimes you don't. So it's always easier to get in the hole if you come at it directly rather than falling from brushing against the wall. This is an example of something that was really popular before they started disabling the scrolling, which is scrolling to respawn sprites as part of the obstacle. You can see that done in many hacks, mostly older hacks, but...
And there are even at least one hack where scrolling is disabled everywhere except in levels where that's required.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about Gracie?
Yep, Gracie World in particular, yep.
I hope there's something to warn you about that in the game, though.
Huh.
Nope.
There are arrows.
Sort of. It says, what, L or something?
L or
in
R,
coins,
Oh, okay.
Which, when I played the first time, made no sense. I was like, what the heck does that mean? And, yeah, come to find out after bashing my head against the wall that you are actually supposed to scroll the screen to spawn some bullets. All right, we're in there. Doge's house is done. 2 to go.
Yeah.
So this level is based on the fact that you're always playing Mario and running to the right. So this is a left level.
And this is surprisingly confusing.
Yeah.
And you'd be surprised how much harder it is to run left when you're playing Mario.
Yeah.
But any tricks that you're doing, if you're trying to do a midair shell jump or something like that, I don't know. It's not so bad if you're moving right. For some reason, the moment you start moving left, it's impossible.
Logic right now just showing us how hard Kaizo blocks can be.
Yep.
Would you
Because
guys
this is
have a
one thing-
segment?
Oh yeah, sure.
Do you want to finish that thought?
Just real quick. This is one of the things we don't see much in Kaizo game speedrun. There are a lot of Kaizo blocks that you just won't get to see, but they're still there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he's skipped so many Kaizo blocks.
That's kind of the point of it.
And let's see, the rise and fall level, the vertical level, there's a lot. In the city sky level, there's a lot.
So
Nexus,
do you have
before Nexus.
Do you have a little second for me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure.
All right, we have $20 and $21 from Mega Marino, who ran yesterday on the Mega Man Maker block. Thank you. He says, shout outs to G-Virus, Didi, and Shokushu with a smiley face.
Yeah, he wrote it right this time.
Thank you, Mega Marino, and thank you for running with us this weekend. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, man.
All right, so we are moving into the final level, and we will get to see Fishing Boo in this level at some point once more. And this time is a little bit trickier than the last time. Time will be after he defeats the Reznor in this level, by the way.
There's a Fishing Boo in this level? Did they add it for me? No.
Oh, okay, we won't see Fishing Boo. What level am I thinking of?
Probably Gracie World.
Oh, it is Gracie Worlds. Oh my goodness. We shouldn't have been talking about it.
Oh.
It's in the special world of Gracie World. Oh!
So this... so there is a safe strat in this beginning. You scroll the screen to the left in order to avoid getting squished by those skewers. Oh gosh. But I found out that it's actually... You can go under the skewers if you have the right subpixels. If your subpixels are too high, then you actually hit the skewer on its way down.
Ah.
So it's basically, it's basically 50-50.
RNG and
Here.
Logic's just betting with our money.
I'll do scroll strats. There we
It's
go.
gambling.
Oh gosh, that spike has been killing me, man.
Oof.
So yeah, this jump under this spike and up here shouldn't be this hard, but it is hard.
Oh yeah, those kinds of jumps are always a little bit tricky.
I feel like in Mario, just like in Mega Man, spikes always have weird hitboxes.
Oh yeah, it's a square hitbox for a triangle sprite.
Not a sprite, tile.
Tile, I'm sorry.
So this jump off of this platform here is really hard, but if I line my toes up with the right locks left eye, then I can just hold jump and right, and I make it over every time.
Ew, there we go.
Alright, so time is coming up soon.
So an underwater Resi fight with a bullet generator.
Because why not?
Because why not?
Because why not? The hitboxes on these fireballs sometimes aren't there, and I don't really know why. But then sometimes they are there. So, and that's time.
All right, we did it.
What's my grand total? 42. Huh. That's a good number.
And sub 32 minutes.
Nice.
So 31, 39.
So your death was the answer to life, the universe, and everything.
Exactly. Well, that's kind of depressing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Think about it. Yeah.
that was Korosu Mario World. Almost all the game. If you haven't tried this game,
Don't.
I'm not going to say you should. Yeah, that. But
We are not convinced that we can't.
But if you like Kaizo, pick one up and give it a shot.
This is definitely a good one. Even still to this day, I think this is a good one to start with.
Well, isn't there like Kaizo? Is it Kaizo Kindergarten or Kaizo?
There's Kaizo Kindergarten, and there's also Learn to Kaizo, which are kind of tutorial hacks that walk you through different tricks step by step.
Yeah. And if you're
so-
looking for easier one, I know Logic mentioned the two Quickie Worlds.
Definitely start with Quickie World 2 first, because it is much easier than Quickie World 1. But yeah, that's it.
All right, you want to shout out Chris G for making this hack? He also made the Hark Bros series, which is really good and incredibly popular. And yeah, that's it.
Chris G ___ or underscores dev on Twitter. But yeah, I'm
Thank you,
gonna
guys.
say thank you for everybody who came out to watch, and I've been electronicLogic.
Thank you so much for being with us. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure. And I mean, just looking at that donation counter is still going crazy. This is insane. I mean, okay, you know what? I'll join in for the death count. That is my final donation of the weekend, which I've been saying since Friday.
While you do it, Logic, you're gonna be back later.
Oh yes, I will be hosting a couple Ori runs.
Sounds great.
So yeah, if you want to hear that smooth voice a little bit more, just donate some money during the Ori runs.
That is a good point. That is a very good point. And for like 13 minutes and some change underestimate.
Yeah, on Kaizo we tend to estimate high just because of the variability of, you know.
Yeah, of course.
You're saying that like the run was risky.
You know, it's got to be safe.
I get that.
Mostly because I've done like 4 of these runs for you guys, and I've yet to get a slowpoke, and I don't want to ever, you know, suffer that shame.
There is no shame in getting a slowpoke.
All right. So with that being said, we're gonna go get ready for the next run, which is the Messenger with Code Jin, and the category is going to be 8-bit, New Game Plus, Out of Bounds. So we're going to go on a quick break, get all that ready, and be right back. Stay tuned.